Well, the first substantial business I had was a clothing business. I had a men's and ladies clothing store, and so, I started getting people that I knew in the community because I was involved in the chambers and the Rotaries and all that stuff, and I grew up in the community. So I started noticing those people were telling other people. They'd tell their neighbor, they'd tell somebody at work, and that's when I started realizing referrals come from other places, not just direct one-on-one connection. But then when I got into mortgage business, it was weird. I got in the business kind of by accident, and the business was really hot. There was a refi going on. People were making stupid money, and that was the first job I'd ever taken just for the money. So I took this job, and I got in there, and as soon as I got in there, the rates went up, and there was no business for 6 months, and I almost starved to death. And I realized that I had to go out and really start calling on real estate agents because that's where everybody made their stuff. And I was going around real estate agents' offices doing the normal sales thing. Hey, look at me. Look, I'm great. I'm cheap. I'm best. I'm fast. And I wasn't getting anything. And then one day I was in this real estate office, and this lady was there, and she was crying. She was sitting at her desk crying. And back in those days, you could walk into a real estate office. They basically just had a desk in a room, and each agent kind of had their own desk. And back in those days, you could smoke cigarettes in your office and drink coffee. So she's back there smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and crying. And I'm like, what's wrong, Miss Smith, or whatever?
Yeah.
I was young. I mean, I was maybe 30s, low 30s, and most of the ladies were 50, 60 years old, right? And I knew the lady, and she's like, my husband lost his job. And I'm like, really? What does he do? She said, well, he's like a roofer or something. And I said, well, let me see if I can help. And so I called a friend of mine who was a builder, and I said, hey, I got this situation, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'll hire him tomorrow. Tell him to show up at the job at lot so-and-so and such subdivision. And about 2 or 3 days later, I go in there, and this lady just hugs my neck. She's crying. She's like, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you doing that. I didn't know how I was going to pay my mortgage, blah, 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 blah. And I went, wow, okay, that feels good.
Yeah.
Right? She feels good. I feel good. The builder feels good. Her husband feels good. Man, why don't I just do that all the time?